what you're writing. Thirty more seconds. All right, go ahead and wrap up the last little bit of your writing.
Told you.
Okay, so here we go. I'm looking for anyone that would like to share, and then we'll just do some random cold calling. So be on your toes and be ready to share. So, Antonio, we
the second person.
Sure. All right. Volunteer. All right, Max. Thank you very much for volunteering. Read me exactly what you wrote too.
Okay. I do think that any of us, the people of the world, can choose our own fate. The people in developing countries may not have the same opportunities as us, but they can still make a successful living to their country's standards. It doesn't take an extremely smart person to make some money. Overall, everybody can do well if they try hard enough.
Impressive.
What? Okay.
I read the question wrong.
Good. Give him a high five because that was really good.
That's a little.
Okay. Now, one part of Mac's writing, I think we could all take away is the last line. Read the last line again.
Overall, everybody can do well if they try hard enough.
Okay. You have to realize that a lot of people do control their own fate and destiny, but then we also have to look at this side of it from what we saw in Zambia yesterday, where malaria has wiped out a large number of the young population. So we look at it from that aspect, and we wonder what can those people do as well. So very good point. Good job. Who else? Still want to go?
Yeah, I guess.
Read me what you got.
We are in control of ourselves and choose to do what we want for us. I think there's still, like I said, people in developed countries and developed countries have more to do more. It's kind of what I said.
Okay.
But
Cool.
yeah,
So
so
easy.
I wrote other sentences, but they don't make sense.
We can talk. Come back to it.
Well, I kind of thought the question was asking what's to come more in geography. I thought
Keep going.
you know how you said in geography helps the past a lot. I thought that's what you were asking.
Okay.
Well, in another sense, it was I think there's more to come with geography in the future.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
We can still find a lot more in the future because we're probably in present time. There's probably still future out.
At least you're thinking. I like it. Good. Kitten, go ahead.
I said, I think that all countries, whether rich, poor, war-torn, or in poverty, is affected by geography. Land is ultimately what creates war and diseases. From the beginning, everything has depended on land. Spanish and European conquerors fought against native tribes for land, and the war in the Middle East right now is a war over land that contains oil. And every piece of land is different, has its own properties. I think that it's weird because geography is like, if you think about it, it's kind of unfair. And like some people have to live on tough land. Like for example, people who live in the tropics, they only have a wet and dry season, so there's not a whole lot of room for growth and development. And unless they have a way to change their land, most land is barren. They won't have any room for growth. Basically,
Good. Thank you. Tyler, tell me something about kittens that struck you as interesting or relevant.
Relevant to the situation.
Sure.
That he gave an example of a developing country that he says that everybody is ruled by their geography, even though some people have it better than others. And it surprised me that he used demographic as a word.
Good, Kitten. I like how you tied in the point that it is unfair in some ways. Because if you think about it, geography does control a lot of the situations we're in, whether it be fair or unfair. Okay.
next.
Read yours, please, Tyler.
I'll wait till you got the phone.
That's okay, go ahead.
Listen, Mr. Elliott.
I think it's kind of both, because we can only choose our fate, like, for as much knowledge as we have. Because a child in Zambia can't be a lawyer if he doesn't even know,
Sure.
or if he doesn't even have the knowledge of what it is and how to become one. But at the same time, you can become successful no matter where you are, or no matter where you're from, and your geographic location. To succeed, you need the knowledge of how to do so, and that can be taught anywhere.
Since I was answering the phone, Kitten, summarize for me what Tyler just said.
Okay. He was saying that kids can't, well, he was saying that kids in Zambia, something about a kid is like, if he wants to become a lawyer and he has no knowledge of what it is, he can't become it, and that geography like affects it because, what did he say? What did he say? I don't know, I forgot. Like he said it, but I don't really, he was like, he was basically saying that even though geography affects how successful someone could become, they can still become successful.
Good. Think about the Invisible Children videos from a couple weeks ago. What did when they interviewed the kids that were there, what did they say they wanted to do when they grow up? They said they wanted to be what? A lawyer or a doctor or a teacher or things like that. They weren't saying they want to be a professional basketball player. They weren't saying they wanted to be an actor or an actress or things like that. So you have to look at the side of it is even though we have this what seems to be unfair way of life in other countries, you still have kids that want to grow up and succeed and be successful. And if they have that mindset, then more than likely they're at least going to attempt to fulfill those dreams.
When they were here, didn't they say that Jacob got his law degree?
Yeah, Jacob from the first film got his law degree, and in that very first film, which was in 2003, almost 10 years ago, they filmed him saying he wanted to be a lawyer. And this was almost 10 years ago in an area of Africa suffering from the longest running civil war. He had no parents, he had no family, he was living in the basement of a hospital, and he's now a lawyer. So, although we might think that there's this unfair living condition in, lots of other places around the world, you still can find success stories coming out of India. Okay, Ty?
But did he get that success from the invisible children helping him, or just helping
Maybe.
him out?
Tyler, good question. Maybe his success came because he had the support from Invisible Children, but then you have to look at it in a sense that these organizations that are there to help and support are doing a lot of good. If he did not receive help from Invisible Children, what's to say that he might not have pursued those dreams on his own and just decided to leave Uganda and go to a more developed African country and get that education there. But you have to realize at least the goal setting and the aspirations to make yourself better are still there. Okay. Let's get one more person to share. Volunteer, or should I pick somebody?
Pick them.
Kirsten, what'd you write?
I put, in my opinion, I believe that the area I live in allows me and others around me to guide our faith and to make ourselves successful. I read that wrong. And then I said, although it may not be that way in other parts of the world. In some parts of the world, there are just someone that is trying to change their faith but can't because of the area that they live in. It may be because the economy or the government may be bad, or that there's a major epidemic, as in like an outbreak of illness or something, or a natural disaster just hit. It could become very hard for someone to change their destiny.
Good. Nice to meet you, Kirsten. Thank you, Kirsten. I definitely picked the right volunteer to end with. So, now, think again back to the Jared Diamond video from yesterday, and how basically he wrapped up his entire philosophy with geography. Okay, and it doesn't matter where in the world that you live. Aspirations to want to become better exist everywhere. So even for you guys, and hopefully some of you guys wrote in your writing how the geography that we live in can still play a role in the type of success you want to have growing up as well. So if you're in a crappy situation right now, and you feel like after high school you need to get out of here to be successful, at least we have the opportunity to be able to do that. When you turn 17, 18 years old, and you're getting ready to graduate, you have the opportunity to leave this place if you want, and be able to go wherever it is that you have the means to travel to be successful. And at least we have those opportunities here, and it's a bit easier on us, as maybe it was for Jacob from Uganda, or from the kids stricken with malaria from Zambia yesterday. So, even though our geography lends itself to a nice environment, a nice climate, we have roofs over our heads, things like that, we might not be in the greatest situation in the world as well, but at least we have the opportunity to be able to change that too. So, good. Put these in the writing section of your binder, please, and close that up.